Akron Athletics presents Zips Weekly with Joe Moorhead. Sponsored by Bryant Heating and Cooling and Akron Hilton Fairlawn. And now your host, Joe Dunn.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to a brand new edition of Zips Weekly with head football coach Joe Moorhead. If you're a University of Akron football fan, hope you're planning on being at InfoCision Stadium on Saturday night. It's a home opener, kickoff 6 o'clock. The Morgan State Bears will be in town. They had an impressive win over Richmond this past weekend. Should be a good football game, and hope you're making plans to be at all the home games this year as the Zips get ready for a successful season. Unfortunately, 24-21, that was the final score at Philadelphia on Saturday. The Zips came up on a short end of that one. And Coach, taking a look and analyzing everything, a couple things I wrote down on the way home. Missed opportunities and not a lot of possessions. New college rules. I think we only had the ball twice in the second quarter.
Yeah, it was, obviously a disappointing loss. Came into the game double-digit underdogs. We were able to jump up to a 21-7 lead, and were unable to hold on and finish the game. Talking to the guys, I think it was a little bit of unfamiliar territory to be up that big against a quality non-conference opponent, but just disappointed we weren't able to finish that thing off. Yeah,
we're going to see highlights of the first half and the second. If I talk to you after the game, Coach, and almost totally different first half to the second half, they changed the defense a little bit. They went to 3 down linemen, and that was a problem a little bit.
Yeah, they, as you mentioned, we came out and gave up the field goal right before halftime, which kind of flipped the momentum a little bit. They took the first drive down, scored a touchdown, and they made some adjustments, and we were unfortunately very ineffective offensively in the second half, and weren't able to close that thing out.
Let's go back to Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia and pick up highlights. Temple wins the toss, Coach, and they defer to the second half, and we're going to see right now some pretty good play early in this football game. We're going to bring it all the way back to the 28-yard line. It's not going to take long for you to get on the board. Great call on the second possession of the game.
Play we've run a lot over the years. Caught him in the split safety defense, ran an RPO and put the Mike in conflict, and as you can see, a great addition to a team via the portal with Lorenzo Lingard. Got on the ball out in space, and we was able to do the rest and run away from the pursuit.
That'd be a good feeling for him. Didn't play a lot in Florida, gets his hands on the football and goes about 78 yards.
Yeah, like once again, a guy that we benefited from the portal, a guy that went to a Power 5 program and found a soft landing spot.
Noah Perez with the extra point, and the Zips early in that football game are up 7-0. Then the defense takes over, Coach, and they play really well in that first quarter, really the entire half until the last minute or two.
Yeah, we were lights out on defense in the first quarter. I think the first 4 series were 3 and outs, and up until that gave 1 touchdown drive, and then that last series with the field goal. But I thought, we were great, for 2.5 quarters on defense, particularly against the run. They only gave up 61 yards rushing and a long rush of 9 yards on the day.
I think the very first pass they threw, I think it was Tallender with the big hit, and that kind of set the stage for the defense.
Yeah, the defense really came out, played with a lot of emotion, and they said to give up 61 yards rushing against a team of that caliber is very impressive.
Just saw Drake Anderson get his first carries. He's up the young man that transferred in from Arizona. Not real big, Coach, but he runs hard.
No, he's shifty, found some holes, was able to run away from people. The tandem of he and Lorenzo was a really nice combination.
Defense again playing well, big hits.
Yeah,
Happy with the front 3 or 4, Coach?
Yeah, our front 4, Ryan Johnson, the only returner. Everyone else is a JUCO or portal guy, and I'm really excited about our defense. I think we've upgraded the talent level by a significant amount, and you could see that by the performance on the field.
Zips back with the football again and trying to get Alex Adams out in the corner a few times.
Yeah, we were trying to get him loose, right? All MAC player that's returning. Wish we would have been able to get him some more touches. Had some opportunities and just unfortunately weren't able to get him the ball.
I think that Joey Hunter there with a good hit on defense.
Yeah, Joey and Judd, the 2 starting corners, one from Pitt, one from South Carolina, so made a significant impact in their first games with Akron.
Here's CJ going to scramble a little bit and runs toward the sidelines and throw him out of bounds, but no flag.
No flag.
Get that secondary. Good swarming defense.
Great pursuit, running to the football. And once again, I keep mentioning it, the way we stopped the run was great. Got to do some more things to limit some of the explosive pass plays, but it was a pretty good day.
You can see the Zips are up early in Philly, 7-0. This is Lingard again finding the hole. Nice quick feet for about 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, we really got it rolling there in the second quarter. I think scored on 2 straight possessions. Another transfer there, Jake Newell from Arizona State. Had a nice day, first college reception. And then back to old faithful DG on the big poster out here. And get that ball out in front of him a little bit more. He scores, but we end up getting in the end zone on this drive.
Yeah, he had really separated a good 4 or 5 yards and really had to wait on the ball a little bit.
Yeah, 3 catches for 60 yards, picking up where he left off from last season.
Going to throw it outside, and again, they're going to look like they were really pinpointing Alex Adams. They have heard how good he was.
Yeah, they were matching him up with their best defensive back and doing some different things with coverage to rotate it his way. So it was a good game plan for them and Alex.
Here's a guy that is going to be a big, big force in this football program. Taj Bullock gets his first touchdown, and he's a big kid at 230.
Yeah, once again, another transfer from Virginia Tech. He's being utilized as a package quarterback right now, but he's got multiple years of eligibility left. Very smart, understands the game, and was able to make some critical plays in big situations, 4th downs and goal lines.
Antavius Fish with a nice play. He broke a blocker and made a nice play.
Yeah. Great day for special teams, too.
Yes.
I want to emphasize that. This is the longest punt return they've given up in, I think, 4 or 5 years with their special teams coordinator, who's excellent. So Coach Tucker did a really nice job with our special teams on Saturday.
Here's Drake Anderson again, a little counter on that left side, and reads his blockers well and gets about 7 or 8 yards.
Yeah, I wish we would have been able to get he and Lorenzo going a little more in the second half. But, yeah, they did well with their opportunities and their touches.
Here's Iron scrambling.
Yeah, we were trying to get a throwback screen to Lorenzo there, and we didn't get the will linebacker pin, so DJ did a nice job of improvising there.
Nice block by Brian Kilbane, though.
Another Taj opportunity on a 4th and short, able to pick up the first. And Miles Walker, first career catch, first career touchdown as a Zip. Big moment for him. It was good to see.
Yeah, he's a kid out of Western Pennsylvania. I think Elwood City, maybe?
Central Valley.
Central Valley?
Yeah, right up the road.
He has really improved since he's been on campus.
Yeah, we mentioned it in the first show. He was a pleasant surprise of fall camp on offense, and good to see all that hard work get rewarded with a touch and a touchdown.
Zips up 21-7, still playing outstanding defense. Good block there by Corey Thomas. You put him back deeper in the secondary, Coach, this year.
Yeah, he was recruited here as a defensive end, and we moved him back to nickel and then to safety. We've really found his home, looking for guys back there with length and speed and athleticism, and Corey could do all those things.
One thing we didn't see in the highlights, Coach, Bobby Golden breaking loose in the middle of the field. That could have been an easy touchdown. We missed him there, and that's one I'm sure you want back.
Yeah, there were 3 plays that we missed that you look at and you say, that make a difference in the game, that go route to Bobby in the first half or the first quarter. Daniel George came up open on a corner route that we missed in the 4th quarter, and then on that interception, if we throw it out to Bobby on time, he won against man-to-man and has a chance to, at least get us down into field goal range. So, yep, definitely had some opportunities that we need to take advantage of.
Yeah, looking at the first half, Coach, you're in the locker room, you're up, and you're feeling pretty good. What'd you tell the team? Just keep it rolling in the second half?
Yeah, I talked about our message since January was to finish.
Yes.
And, that we need to come out of the locker room and not just, maintain, but to elevate and, find a way to close it out. And, that was a message coming out of the locker room.
Gotcha. Zips up 21-10 at halftime over in Philly. We're going to take a break, come back and look at second half highlights right after this.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family warm this winter,
here, let me show you how this works.
It takes Bryant.
Bryant. Whatever it takes.
And to keep your family comfortable, it takes E.H. Roberts Heating and Cooling. Find them at ehroberts.com.
At the University of Akron, you have opportunity. Opportunity to be transformed through learning in our more than 200 in-demand degree programs. Opportunity to gain lifelong talents in the classroom, the studio, the lab, and in the community. And the opportunity to be a leader because of those who will support you here. At the University of Akron, you'll find your opportunity to reach greater heights. Here, everyone rises.
Okay, welcome back to Zips Weekly. We're at halftime of the Temple game over at Philly on Saturday afternoon. Zips on the top end right now, Coach, and you made an interesting point during the break. Your team is still trying to finish, still trying to win, maybe a little bit surprised in the locker room you were up on the road.
Yeah. You know, last year we talked a lot about getting to the fourth quarter and looking up at the scoreboard and having an opportunity to win the game, and that may have caught our guys by surprise because that hadn't been the situation in the past. And now I really think that, you know, you get up 21-7 or 21-10 and you're kind of looking around and it's unfamiliar territory against a quality non-conference opponent. And, you know, the thing I stressed on Sunday was we can't be, you know, surprised, right, that we're in that situation, that we've earned it. We need to expect success and we need to figure out a way to, you know, to finish the game off.
Okay, we're ready for second half highlights. As we said, Temple won the toss and they elected to defer. Now they're going to get to football to begin the second half. And Coach, it doesn't take them long to go down the field and make it a football game.
No, unfortunately they didn't. And you got to give credit to you know, Coach Drayton and his offensive staff, and it's certainly, you know, Cade Warner, the quarterback, is a top level player. You know, they couldn't run it, but he did a good job getting the ball out to his receivers and, you know, find a way to get the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they went on a 75-yard drive to open up the second half. And one thing I noticed in the first half, Coach, they were a passing team. They threw it 63 times last year against East Carolina. You never let them get into a rhythm in that first half.
Yeah, they were trying some RPO stuff, you know, to you know, help out in the run game, and we were able to keep that under control. But we were, you know, once again, you give Warner that much time to sit back there and kind of give him a little bit of time. And that's the one thing. Defensively, we did a lot of great things. We didn't have a sack and we didn't create a turnover. So that was one area, you know, of all the good things we did, we're looking to improve on for next week.
I don't think the defense gave up any big plays. It was just some little stuff, and they went down and scored.
Yeah, we gave up, during the game, we gave up 9 yards was our longest run. I think we had 7 passes of 15 yards or more, which we want to cut down. But, you know, definitely a winning performance from the defense for about 2.5 quarters.
Zip defense playing well. You forced them into a 30-yard field goal attempt, which they missed, and you had momentum back. I thought they had momentum. They missed a field goal, and all of a sudden we're feeling pretty good.
Yeah, the third quarter, you know, obviously Temple, you know, came out on top. But in the fourth quarter, defense had 2 3-and-outs and gave the offense the ball back with the opportunity to drive the field and either tie it with a field goal or win it with a touchdown. And, you know, we were just, you know, unfortunately ineffective offensively. 238 yards offense in the first half and couldn't muster up much of anything in the second half.
They put their running quarterback in. He's a big, strong kid, but just pile him up right there short of the goal line.
Yeah, Quincy, we offered him at Penn State, transferred to Virginia Tech, and then to Temple. He's a good football player.
That's an interesting play, Coach, because we jump off sides and we bat the ball down. It gives them a second chance to score.
Yeah, we got to have better discipline there. Next play, they run the swing route and get the touchdown. As you mentioned, 10 penalties for 82 yards for us, 3 for 15 on them. Question some of those calls, but at the end of the day, if they call it, they call it, and we got to be more disciplined. So
the first time in the afternoon, Akron trails Temple 24-21, and we're not going to get real good field position in that fourth quarter. I think 22-yard line, 25, and then our final possession is at the 4.
Yeah, we had a long field to go, but we got to be able to do that. I mean, we've shown the ability, you know, over last year and certainly in the first half to be able to flip the field. And defense did its job in the fourth quarter, right? They you know, 2 3-and-outs, did a good job fielding the punts and giving the offense a chance, and, you know, unfortunately weren't able to do anything with it.
I think this is our final drive is with Bobby Golden, who I think is going to really be an exciting player. He is. Once he gets his hands on the football, he can do a lot of things.
Yeah, great fall camp, electric player. We really like Bobby. Moving a little bit, getting a little bit of momentum, mixing up the run and the pass, trying to find our rhythm, which was, as you mentioned, difficult. The time of possession, it was definitely lopsided in the Owls' favor in the second half, particularly in the fourth quarter, though.
They looked at this play, Coach. That was a good catch again by Bobby Golden.
Yeah, he caught it. It wasn't even close.
And now Temple's going to get it back and just eat up the clock.
Yeah, and we jumped off sides. Yep. I mean, once again, credit where it's due. That was a good football team. You know, I think, had a very good game plan, executed well. But at the end of the day, it's, you know, you point the first finger at yourself or point the thumb at yourself and make sure we're calling a game that puts the kids in position to be successful. And when we make good calls, you know, it's incumbent upon the players, you know, to execute and make sure that it happens. So, you know, we win as a team, we lose as a team. I think there were plenty of opportunities, but, you know, we just came up short.
Yeah, I was down in the field after the game, Coach, and watched the players come off the field. Disappointed. They played well, but they had a shot to win that football game.
Yeah, we did, and that's the most disappointing part, that we worked all off season and had a great camp and preparation leading into the game, and we're in great position. And I told them, you know, there may have been some positives and moral victories last year, but in year two of this significant building process of what it takes to, you know, get this thing in the direction we want it to head, you know, I'm tired of going in the locker room after the game and coming in here on Mondays and talking about, you know, close calls. We have to, and we're going to get this thing to where we're winning these close games.
And it should start on Saturday night, as we said, 6 o'clock, the Zips home opener against Morgan State. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. We're going to take a break and talk about some of the individual performances on Saturday, so don't go away. We're back with more right after this.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family warm this winter,
Here, let me show you how this works.
it takes Bryant.
Bryant. Whatever it takes.
And to keep your family comfortable, it takes E.H. Roberts Heating and Cooling. Find them at ehroberts.com.
At the University of Akron, you have opportunity. Opportunity to be transformed through learning in our more than 200 in-demand degree programs. Opportunity to gain lifelong talents in the classroom, the studio, the lab, and in the community. And the opportunity to be a leader because of those who will support you here. At the University of Akron, you'll find your opportunity to reach greater heights. Here, everyone rises.
Okay, welcome back. Each week, we're going to talk about individual performances, what Zips played well. And Coach, we were talking for the program. Let's start with a plus this year, special teams. I thought your special teams played very well. You got a young kicker that's come in from the West Coast, and I was really impressed with that young man.
Yeah, Coach Tucker, he had a really great plan. Adam Shire, the defensive coordinator from Temple, all three of us were together at Mississippi State, so there was a lot of familiarity. But to you know, go out in the game and see the kickoffs going into the end zone and the punts being kicked with height and depth and being able to cover, and the snaps and protection and all those things being efficient, it was a quality day for the special teams.
He's not real big. I saw him in the lobby at the hotel. He's not a big kid, really a quiet young man, but boy, he's got a powerful leg.
Yeah, powerful leg, smart kid. I don't know if he's ever gotten a B in his life, so it's good when your specialist can pull up the team GPA.
Looks like Noah Perez has got a little bit stronger too. He was perfect on the PATs, and hopefully he can be a weapon in field goals.
Yeah, great camp battle between he and Wiley for the job. Perez earned it, and spent the entire offseason working on his distance and being able to hit things from a little bit further out. But he's really been accurate for us.
Blake Hester, I think, is a weapon back there returning kicks. What do you tell him is when you want to make the fair catch and get the ball, or when you want him to bring it upfield?
Yeah, he's a core four guy, meaning he's on all of our special teams. Just really a demon in those phases. But basically it's height and kick location. So Coach Tucker gives him parameters based on where he catches a ball, horizontally and vertically. We don't want to get pinned into the sideline with a kick with a lot of height. It's to give them an opportunity to cut the field in a third. So he definitely has parameters as to when he's going to fair catch and bring it out.
Let's talk a few minutes about the offense, Coach, because it looked like early in the football game you were running right behind Nate Williams and Ronan Chambers, the two big guys on the right side. How'd they play?
They played well. We got to do a little bit better job in pass protection. There weren't a ton of sacks, but there were a lot of pressures on DJ. Once again, it was a tale of two halves. For everything that we did right in the first half with total yardage and points on the board and things like that, it was positives, but definitely compared to the first game last year for our offensive line, it was a marked improvement. Two
new running backs, Coach, Drake Anderson and Lorenzo Lingard, both played well at times. How would you grade them?
They did well. First game, and seeing significant action for both of those guys in a while. Obviously, Drake had played a bit more at Northwestern and Arizona, but I say the portal giveth and the portal taketh away. So we got two good ones there, and a good solid debut for the Zips in their opener, and definitely a duo that's going to be really good for us as the year goes on.
Taj Bullock, a young man that Zip fans will watch play for the next 3 years, and how much more will we see him? Because you bring him in goal line situations, 230 pounds. How much more will we see of him?
Yeah, I think situationally right now we can expect him in short yards and goal line things, but as his confidence grows and his familiarity with the system, we could see his role continuing to increase. And you know, a special athlete with a lot of size and speed and a very, very strong arm. So we just want to be smart and judicious with our approach and put him in positions to be successful.
He didn't throw a pass against Temple. You've seen him in practice. How can he throw the football?
No, he can. He can rip it. You know,
Okay.
very, very strong arm. You know, just working on his accuracy, and I think part of that is, once again, understanding the reads and the progressions and the protections and things like that. So, once again, just gonna, you know, kind of spoon feed him a little bit and make sure he's growing up and feeling comfortable, and then continue to expand his role.
There you go. Let's talk about the defense quickly before we take a break. Your linebackers, Brian McCoy and Tavius Fish, I thought played well. They had some big hits. They were physical players.
Those guys played lights out.
They
and,
did.
You know, really, like I mentioned, you know, stopping the run, you know, doing a great job pressuring the passer, and you know, if we can continue to, you know, force teams to be one-dimensional and do a little bit better on the back end, limited explosive plays, you know, it was a really good performance by our defense, and really, you know, if we play like that throughout the course of the year, it's going to give us a chance to win a lot of ball games.
We're going to take our final break, come back, and give you a little scouting report on Morgan State, so don't go away.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family warm this winter,
Here, let me show you how this works.
it takes Bryant.
Bryant. Whatever it takes.
And to keep your family comfortable, it takes E.H. Roberts Heating and Cooling. Find them at ehroberts.com.
At the University of Akron, you have opportunity. Opportunity to be transformed through learning in our more than 200 in-demand degree programs. Opportunity to gain lifelong talents in the classroom, the studio, the lab, and in the community. And the opportunity to be a leader because of those who will support you here. At the University of Akron, you'll find your opportunity to reach greater heights. Here, everyone rises.
Well, the Zips are back home Saturday night for their home opener, taking on the Morgan State Bears, and they came in flying high. They had a nice win Saturday over the Richmond Spiders. Richmond came in ranked number 16 in the nation, FCS, and they scored 10 fourth-quarter points, Coach. Didn't get a lot of yardage, but they got a win. They're excited about the program right now.
Yeah, Richmond, one of the top CAA teams.
Yeah.
Anytime you have the opportunity to knock off a top 25 program, it's a huge accomplishment. I think they blocked 2 punts, obviously held Richmond to 10. So we're going to have our hands full.
They have a running back out of Cincinnati Coleraine High School. J.J. Davis, he's one of the leading rushers in the MEAC. In fact, he started at Cincinnati, transferred to Norfolk State. Now he's at Morgan State. Not real big, Coach, but it looks like they don't throw it a lot, but they love to run the football.
Yeah, quarterback run game, and as you mentioned, a young man from Cincinnati. I think one of their safeties is a bounce back from LSU, so they've used the portal really well and done a nice job developing high school talent. And as I've told our guys, the standard doesn't change based on the opponent we're playing, whether it's Temple, Morgan State, Kentucky, Indiana, Kent State. We got to prepare one way, and that's to the best of our ability.
And after that loss at Temple, I'm sure the players are anxious to get that out of their taste of their mouth and get a win.
They are. We're looking to get in the left-hand side of the column and get this thing heading in the right direction.
There you go. Coach, best of luck on Saturday. We'll see you over there. And for Zip fans, make plans to be at InfoCision Stadium. 6 o'clock Saturday night, the Zips against Morgan State. For head coach Joe Moorhead, I'm Joe Dunn. Thanks for watching. Always remember, go Zips.
Thanks for watching Zips Weekly with Joe Moorhead. Sponsored by Bryant Heating and Cooling and Akron Hilton Fairlawn. We'll see you next week. And as always, go Zips.
This has been a presentation from Learfield IMG College.